Alright, so in this quick tutorial, I'm going to show you how you can set up inventory management for your products, and then ultimately when would you know that if the product is low in stock. So let's get started. So the first thing you would do is you would come into FieldCamp in the dashboard and you would head over to the products and service section. So if you are adding a new product or a service, for example, then one of the first thing you would do is you would enter the name. So I'll just say, for example, painting can 101, something like that. Now you will select product. Of course, we cannot track inventory for a service. So what you would do is you would just select product, and then once you select the product, you would select the category that it falls under, any pricing for that product. You can write the description, and there you will see a small toggle which is track inventory. Now when you press track inventory, it will open a form which will ask you to fill out certain things. I'll just say CN101, which is the SKU for this product. The items like quantity I have on hand is 12. Then now here's the thing, you need to add a location. So it can be a warehouse location, it can be a technician's van, anything. And then what's the low stock threshold for it, and then the vendor threshold, I'm just going to say it's 5. So anything under 5 it will count as low stock. And then vendor, I would need to enter vendor as well. So the reason you are not seeing the create option enabled over here is because we have not added the location and the vendor over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say add location. The location is just gonna be AG Pharma something. It's a job site storage, and it's just gonna be 41. And I'll just add the location. Then the other option is vendor. I'm gonna do the same process again. The vendor for this one is Jill, who is me. I'm just gonna enter the email address for them, and same thing, I'm gonna enter the location. For the vendor, I'm just gonna select Jill, and now you will see the option for creating this product is enabled, and from now on the inventory of it will be tracked. In case you have a big list of existing products, you need to update the same options for each and every one of them ultimately. And then what you can do is you can head over to inventory management. Over here you will see the item which we just added, what category it is, how much quantity, what's the low stock threshold, warehouse, warehouse type, etc. Everything is visible over here. Then when this item is added into a job and job is marked complete, then the quantity of it will automatically reduce. So let's see that for an example. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to select this client. I'm going to schedule a job for them. For the job, I'm going to enter the painting can 101. I'm just going to create it, and I'm gonna change the status of job to complete. So I marked the job status complete over here for the visit, and now if I go into the job is completed. I'm just gonna refresh it once. I'm going to inventory management, and over here if you see that quantity automatically reduced from 12 to 11 because one item was consumed. Then if it goes under the low stock alert, over here in the low stock it will show that okay, this particular item is low in stock. Inventory locations, you can manage locations that I just showed you. You can add them over here. Same thing with vendors, you can add the vendors, manage them from right here. And then there is the purchase orders. You can create a purchase order for that particular item, which is also basically you need the inventory tracking to be enabled for you to make the purchase order. So over here I'm just gonna say the item that I'm gonna do it for is painting can 101. The vendor is steel, and I'm just gonna create the purchase order. Once the purchase order is created, I can either email it to Jill from right here that hey, I need these items. And in future, one more feature which we are introducing is ability to create purchase order PDFs, which you can just email it to the clients as well. But once this part of it is done, what you have basically working inventory management inside a field service software where you can add products, you can track its inventory, and automatically it gets deducted as it gets used up in the job. And then you can create workflow automation on top of it, which means that, for example, that when a particular item happens, for example, when a job is completed and that inventory gets used up, if the inventory is low in stock, then make a purchase order and email it to the customer. So you can create these kind of workflow automations inside FieldCamp, and it will just make your life super easy, and inventory will be automatically updated, tracked, purchase orders will be created, etc. If you need any help in setting up these kind of workflows, then feel free to contact us. Thank you.